Hello my lovely people. As promised, this is part 5 of Never Give Up. I hope you will like it. After the conversation with SakuAtsuIwaOi lost all hope of maintaining the friendship with his best friend. Oikawa, too, was becoming less confident with each passing day. The longer the two heard nothing from their best friends, the sadder they became. Through the shared pain, the two were able to rebuild the gap that the distance had created between them. A long-distance relationship is a burden for any relationship, no matter how healthy and stable it is. Because the couple could rarely see each other and both were very busy, there were sometimes times when they could hardly or not at all talk to each other. Toru and Iwaomi needed each other more than ever before. Through the constant comforting and being there for each other, the two grew closer again. However, it did not matter how close they were, they could always feel that they were missing something, or more precisely, that they were missing someone. The shared love for the other couple was something that made them at one point happy. Because they are so much one soul, that they even love the same person. And on the other hand, pained them both, because they knew they weren't allowed to love them. They often looked at old pictures of them. They mourned after the good old days, but looking at the pictures wasn't a good idea. Whenever they saw how happy they four were, made them incredible sad. Baby, why are you looking at those pics again? You know it only is going to hurt you more. Please put it away. Kawa, I miss them. I wish Kyo could forgive us and let us see them again. I want to talk to my best friend and hear the silly jokes from Sumo. Kawa, it hurts not to hear from them. I don't need them to be my boyfriends. But I need them to be on my side as best friends. Oikawa sat down on the floor next to Iwaomi. He took the photo he was holding out of Iwaomi's hand and looked at it. He looked at it closely and rested his head on his partner's shoulder. A single tear rolled down his cheeks as the memories of that day, which was seen in the pic, flooded through his head. Do you remember that day? How happy we were. Of course. It was when we three came visit you in Argentina. It was the day when you kissed Sumu's cheek for the first time. He was so red and flustered, it was so adorable. You were so happy when he kissed your cheek too. I thought back then that you two would make a great couple. It was also that time when Kyo let me touch him for the first time. I won't ever forget the day when Kyo started to trust me, and fully let me in. Yes. You were so happy that he let you touch him. I remember the first time he initiated a touch and you blushed. I also thought back then that you two looked good together. I will never forget those weeks. We four were all so happy back then, but that will never be us again, so I think we need to let go of them and move on. All those memories are in the past. Atsu and Kyo decided they don't need us anymore. It's time for us to let go. Iwaomi wiped his tears from his face and placed a gentle kiss on Toru's cheek. He knew that the setter was right, but it still hurt to let them go. Oikawa put the picture on the floor and sat in Iwaomi's lap. He hugged the former spiker and laid his head in his shoulder. I know you're right, but it's easier said than done. I am so glad that I have you. I love you so much, Iwaomi Toru. I don't know what I would do without you. Ha ha ha. Iwaomi Toru, who said that I will take your name? When we're going to get married you will become Hajime Oikawa? Seriously, if I would ask you to marry me, would you say yes? Would you spend the rest of eternity with me? Of course, Iwa-chan. But not now. We are both hurting at the moment. We need to heal first before we make important decisions. Iwa-chan, I will love you the rest of my life and nothing can change that. Then I will ask you some other day. I love you too, baby Kawa. I'm looking forward to it. Without you I wouldn't be able to make it through the pain. You are holding me together. Neither do I. I don't know what I would do without you. The two remained in each other's arms until Toro's phone began to vibrate. Oikawa stood up and picked up his phone, which was lying on their dining table. He came back and sat in the spiky-haired one's lap again, so that his back was against the other's chest. He looked at his phone and took a deep breath, as he saw from whom it was. You can read too. It is Atsu. You sure I should read it? Yes? Oikawa had a gentle smile on his lips as he unlocked his phone and went to Atsuma's chat. He was happy to hear from his best friend. But at the same time he was scared. He calmed down as he felt his lover move beneath him. Iwaizumi arranged his beloved in his lap so that he was seated lower between his legs. This way he could see better on Toro's phone. Private message between Tsumu and Toro. Author's note between means Toro and Hajime are talking to each other. Hey Toro, can we talk? What do you think he wants to talk to me about now? Did he change his mind? I don't know. But I don't think it's that. I know he loves Kyo too much to leave him. And I think you shouldn't meet with him. We are trying to forget him, and if you meet with him now, you will only get your hopes up to be disappointed afterwards. And I would get my hopes up too. We need to move on. But maybe he wants to sort things out? What if Kyo changed his mind? It is your decision. I will support your decision. Yes? Where do you want to meet up with me? Can you and Iwaizumi come to my apartment? Iwaizumi smiled as he understood that Itsumu also wanted to see him. He wants me there too? Will be Kyo there too then? I guess? I mean, it is his apartment too. You want that I take Uwa-chan with me? Yes, Omi will be there too. So both of them wants to talk to us? But why? Did really something change? Or, maybe it is to cut us out properly. Maybe something changed? Maybe Kyo did thought about what I said to him? Do they want to try to be friends again? Oh, God, I hope it is that. I hope they don't want to cut us out properly. I couldn't take it. But do you really think that it would work out to stay friends with them? Because I don't. Tsumu and I are in love with each other, and if we are alone, I definitely want to kiss him. It was different as I thought my feelings were unreciprocated. Aha. You are right. That would be a problem. But if we just look that you're never alone with Tsumu, maybe that would. IIWA. What if they have more bad news for us? We are getting our hopes up, but it's unlikely that they have good news for us. Then we shouldn't go. I will ask him if they have bad news. If you have bad news, keep them to yourself. I can't handle them now. I don't know if you will like what we have to say, but I want you in my life. I miss you and I want to see if we can fix our friendship, if you want. But if you don't want me anymore, I will accept that and leave you and Iwaizumi alone. Toro panicked and wrote quick a message, as he was about to send it. Iwaizumi prevented him from doing so. I have to go to the gym today. I need to bring some documents to the trainer. Can't you bring it tomorrow? This is way more important. No, it has to be today. Tomorrow we have to discuss how to start training again for a player who is injured. And the coach has to look over the medical reports and my suggestion for the training. It's for Itsumu's hand injury. He needs to start his training soon. You're going to train with Tsumu? Why didn't you say anything? No, I will give it to a coworker. I just wanted to make sure he has the best possible training plan. Okay. We will go right afterwards. Iwaizumi nodded and laid his head in Toro's shoulder. No? I miss you too. We will be on our way as soon as we are ready. Iwa-chan has to drop something of at the gym and then we will be on our way. They set a time when Toro and Iwaizumi would approximately arrive. After everything was settled, Toro put his phone down. Toro turned in Iwaizumi's lap and hugged him. Both of them were happy but at the same time very worried. They were glad that they could see their best friend again but were worried that it would go south. I really hope we can stay friends. Even if I can't be alone with Tsumu. Me too. But we shouldn't get our hopes up. It's not likely that Sakusa will agree to it. And Itsumo will always choose him over us. I know. We should get ready. I want to see him as soon as possible. You should shower first. I will go prepare what I need to bring the coach. Toru nodded and stood up. He went in the bedroom, which leads to the main bathroom. Iwaizumi immediately went to their office and gathered everything he needed to give the trainer of the MSBY Black Jackals. He looked over everything again to make sure that he didn't forget anything. When Toru finished showering, he got dressed and prepared to leave the house. He laid out some clothes for Iwaizumi, who went into the shower right after him. When they were ready half an hour later, they went directly to the gym of the MSBY Black Jackals team. Iwaizumi brought the coach his papers and left as soon as he could. He was very nervous about them meeting and wanted to waste as little time as possible. When the two stood in front of the door of Kiyomi and Itsumo, both took a deep breath. They looked at each other. Iwa-chan, I'm scared. Me too. But everything will be alright as long as we have each other. Yes. As long as I have you, I will be alright. Both knew that this was not the whole truth. They knew that if they lost their best friends forever, it would tear an irreparable hole in their hearts. But they knew that they could always count on each other. Can you ring the bell? Iwaizumi smiled at his partner and rang the bell. They didn't have to wait long before the door swung open. Itsumo stood at the door with a smile. Before anyone could say anything, Oikawa threw himself around Itsumo's neck. He wanted to pull himself together, but when he saw Itsumo's smile, he couldn't help but hug his best friend. Oikawa, we should talk first before you get all excited. But it is good to see both of you. Oikawa's heart sank when he heard Kiyomi's cold tone. He quickly let go of the blonde and clung to Iwaizumi. He tried to calm himself with the closeness of his partner. Right, I am sorry, Sakusa. And I'm glad we can at least talk about what happened. Iwaizumi glared at Kiyomi when he noticed that Toru was trembling. He hated to see the setter so weak. Especially he hated that Kiyomi made him tremble. It showed him again how big the hole between them had become. In the past, just a few months ago, the four of them were like a family. And now it felt as if a wall had built up between them. Iwaizumi knew that Kiyomi was the only one who could tear down this wall. When Toru looked at Itsumo, he noticed how tired the setter looked. He noticed the black rings under his eyes. It broke his heart to see his best friend like that. But what was worst was that he knew he was the reason for it, at least one of the reasons. Come in. We have a lot to talk about. When everyone had sat down, the two guests became more nervous. They wanted to know what the two had to say. I thought a lot about what you said, Iwaizumi. I see how sad Itsu is and how much he misses Oikawa. I think we have to talk about how you two can still be together without me being jealous all the time. Oikawa's hope flared up again in him. He clasped Iwaizumi's hand tighter to bring himself back to reality. And we need to talk about the fact that you, Oikawa, and Iwaizumi both are in love with my boyfriend. We have to find a way how I can love Toru without hurting my Omi. Loving me is not possible without hurting your precious Omi. I can't pretend that I'm not in love with you, Sumo. Not now that I know you feel the same. Toru burst into tears and clung to Iwaizumi as tightly as he could. Kawa? Please, we can find a way. I don't want to lose you. I don't want to lose you either. But if I stay, I'm only going to hurt myself and with it my Iwa. And Kiyomi as well. I'm okay with it as long as I don't lose Itsu. No? You say that now? But fact is, that if it doesn't work like you think, Sumu will choose you, and let me and my broken heart behind? Baby, calm down and let them say what they have to say. We can decide afterwards if we want it or not. Toro, I understand you. I love Tsumu too. I know how it feels to be afraid to lose him. I know I can't promise that I won't change my mind, but I want to try. I saw how sad and destroyed Tsumu was. He misses you, and to be honest, I miss both of you too. Kawa, I want to be with you. I tried to forget you, but I can't. You are always on my mind. Tsumu, don't say that. I can't hear it. I want to try if a polyamorous relationship would work for us. No. Sorry for the cliffhanger, but you will find out in 2 weeks what will happen. Or will you? I will make a community tab post where you can choose what should come next. I hope you enjoyed it. I have an Instagram account where I will make a community and where I will upload where you can choose what should come. Omis_Itsu99. Join my Discord server. I'm occasionally in the voice channel. If I am in the voice channel, I will announce it on Insta. Link is in the description. I apologize for the grammatical errors. Write me a comment how you liked the story. Don't forget to follow. If someone wants a video, please let me know it. I will try to write your ideas as best as possible.